First off, thank you to everyone that came out to the live show tonight. Had a kick-ass time with you guys watching me have a breakdown watching the Eagles play here. A win is a win. And I'm not going to be too braggadocious over this because there's a lot of things that were critical that deserve criticism in this game. Eagles played a very good game. The Eagles did a lot of things that were negative in this game, from the coaching down to the players. And the Redskins, they were basically a tale of two halves. The first half play by the Redskins was some of the worst football that I've ever seen a team play. All right, maybe that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but it was definitely the worst football you've ever seen Robert Griffin III play in his professional career. It just looked like he just had that quote-unquote ring rust on him. That first interception that he threw, it looked like it would have had a better shot getting to the receiver if he threw it underhand. And he barely had 50% completion by halftime. I think he just had 50% as a matter of fact. 2 interceptions. He just looked terrible. I was actually tweeting out that, Cousins better be warming his arm up on the sideline because he should come out in the third quarter. Like, that's how bad RG3 looked. I never in my life have seen an RG3 play and say, oh, he doesn't deserve to come out in the second half. That being said, the second half, the Redskins took over. Not so much took over, but took charge enough that they made a game out of this. Going into even the end of the third quarter, I was like, this game is so wrapped up. It was 33-7 at one point, and I was just like, this game is so fucking over. There's no way the Redskins are even going to creep back into this game. Not only did they creep back into this game, but they had a chance to, in essence, win, take over, and get that onside kick and win by a point. And the fact that he even got to that point, it's like, what happened? You have to say what happened. You can't just be like, oh, they got the win. The Eagles won 26-27. Anyways, the Eagles got the win. Yes. Kerry Williams, hands down, the player of the game for me, minus Shady McCoy. Shady had like 184 yards. I told you guys that he was the most underutilized guy in the Andy Reid regime. I know people are like, well, you can't just rush him 30-plus times a game. Let's find out. Let's find out. Because that guy can knuckle through and get yardage every fucking game if you push him that hard. So, Kerry Williams. Key interception, key sack on RG3 on a corner blitz, unbelievable game, stuck his coverage all night. Yeah, he blew a few routes. Not as bad as Chung blew that final touchdown route where he's looking at the ball the entire time and lets a touchdown score right behind him. Fuck Chung, you can go right back to New England if that's the way you're going to play on this team. It's just a mix of emotions. It's great to beat a division rival like that, but to have them by the balls for 75 to 80% of the game and just let them go and let them come right back into the game, that worries me. As much as it built up my confidence in that first half, the first 75% of the game. Fuck, man. I would have liked to have a lot more convincing win than this. I would have liked to have seen Chip Kelly not waste a timeout on a bullshit, questionable call that everyone at home said, no, the ball was not caught. It was clearly Avant hit the ground, dropped the ball, don't even challenge the play. When you see shit like that, it's like, my God, is this what this college coach is going to do? But a win is a win. And I have to admit, I was very impressed with the way the Eagles looked compared to that fucking slop fest that took to the field last year. That team didn't even stand a chance of beating the Redskins last year. Now we beat the Redskins in week 1. But again, that's tainted by RG3 having a shit first half. But again, a win is a win. I'll take this. I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of the way they played. But I wish a lot of things could have been done better. But with that being said, you don't want to dwell on that too much in a loss. Shady, props to you. Michael Vick on those little option quarterback key plays he ran where he would pitch out to Shady, fake the handoff. The entire defensive line would bite to the right, and he did that two times. He did that in very key routes where he ran over to the left to get key first downs. Holy shit. If that's the type of play calls we're going to see from Chip Kelly, I'm going to be very satisfied. Just shit like that you would never see in the Andy Reid regime, or you'd see it once every 5 games. I like the way Chip Kelly put together this game, but then again, he fucked up with some play calls himself. A lot of times they look just like a high-octane offense, and then the next drive, all of a sudden they're punting. I just don't want to have borderline heart attacks in every game. Again, good job. Nice to see this season start off with a win. But man, I'd like to see them build off of this. And with with Dallas and New York playing a very, very sloppy game on Sunday night, not to say that the Eagles game wasn't sloppy tonight, the NFC East is open. Now, I'm not saying, oh, look out, the Eagles are going to take the division. But the NFC East is open. And who knows? Who wants to be that hot team going in the playoffs? The Giants have been that a number of times, and they've won multiple Super Bowls, being that hot hand going into the playoffs. So, but that's getting way ahead of ourselves here. Week 1, it's a win. Solid week of football, but a lot of sloppy play all around the league other than the Broncos stomping a mud hole in the Ravens, but don't want to get too much into other teams. I mean, I'd rather focus on my team here, which is the Eagles. Anyways, I'll wait till a little later this week. I'll go over my predictions for the Chargers game, and I'll run through the other games in the rest of the league, and we'll talk about my picks from this week as well. So anyways, good job on the Eagles. Game ball. I guess I'll make this a somewhat tradition here. I'll just give my game ball to Kerry Williams, a guy who I thought was going to be a complete turd on the field due to all his antics and his sconce shopping and fighting with Patriot players in a preseason mock game, scrimmage game, and shit like that, and fighting Riley Cooper and all this other shit. I was like, this guy better put up big numbers, or better put up big plays, and he did that tonight. So my game ball is to probably one of my most despised guys on this team going into the season. So good job, Kerry Williams. You proved me wrong. You proved a lot of people wrong. I thought you were just going to be, just a complete shit on the field. You're a guy that barely got any attention in Baltimore due to, guys like Ed Reed and Ray Lewis being the namesakes on that defense. So good job, Kerry Williams. I tip my hat to you. Anyway, solid game. And again, thank you guys for coming out to that live show tonight. That was a good time. And that's everything. Have a good night. I'm going to bed. Peace.